All right, guys, welcome back. I'm going to get right ahead of this. I don't have everything set up the way I used to. I don't have my normal lights and stuff, so I apologize if face cam looks a little off color. It's because the lights in the room just suck. Anyway, welcome back, everyone, to the Ituano Youth Academy Challenge. I'm Mr. Cellophane. I hope you're having a great day. Welcome back, my friends. In the last episode, we did kick off the Serie A season with a 2-0 victory at home against Regates, but we continue to have issues with Igor. So I sat him out, and we'll get to the results of the matches that we played in between in just a moment. We sat him out for a little bit. We fined him what we normally fine him for missing a game, which is 2 weeks' pay. And we even had a talking with him and said, hey, your behavior is just unacceptable. He's like, you know what, boss, cool. That's on me. I was going to put him in for the next available match. After that, well, we sat him out a week because we figured if we're not going to be paying him, we might as well not be playing him. I was all set to get him in the next match, and then he did it again. Out too late at a nightclub, became unavailable, made himself unavailable, so we have transfer listed him. We've transfer listed him for 15 million, which is slightly above his value, but it's in the general vicinity of his release clause. He came to us and was like, hey, why'd you list me for so much? And I'm like, you know what? Shut up. Sit down. I'm in charge. Still not happy about it, but he's also languishing in our reserve. So you get what you sow, my man. You get what you sow. And the eagle eyes among us may have noticed that we do have a new skin going on. This is the Control 26 skin. Got it off of sortedoutsI.net. You can pick up a new skin for FM26 wherever fine quality FM26 skins are sold. We followed up that 2-0 victory with an absolute stinker. 5-0 on the road against Santos. They scored on their first 4 shots on target. They only had 6 inside the frame of the goal, 5 of them finding the back of the net. We ended up pulling João Feijão at halftime, but Jonathan was just frankly not that much better. A pretty disappointing match in this one. And even though we lost 1-0 to Palmeiras, things did look a little better for us. Feijão back in goal. We wanted him to get right back on that horse. He did save a penalty fairly early on. We missed a fantastic opportunity to go up 1-0. Instead, we ceded a goal with just about 18 minutes left in regulation. Palmeiras absolutely dominating in possession, shots on goal. In fact, the scoreline favors us just a little bit, but all in all, a better performance than the last one. But not as good as our revenge match against Corinthians. They may have had the ball 3/4 of the time, but it did not matter. We scored 3 times. They did not. Manuel Rodriguez, Paulo Alexandre coming in off of the bench, scoring a brace. He has been absolutely fantastic. Now, Leonardo has been having a bit of a weak time so far in the early going. Only 1 goal in the Sao Paulo State Championship. So far, no goal contributions in Serie A this year, which is very not on character for him. We are giving him plenty of opportunities. He is still only 17 years old, so we do expect him to bounce back, so we're not hitting the panic button just yet. And next up, we took on Fluminense at home at Novelli Junior, and this one was an absolute treat from Edson Jose. He got us going 3 minutes in, and we did not look back. Possession number still tilted in the favor of the away team, but once again, it really doesn't matter how much you have the ball. It's what you do when you have it, and we did dominate through most of the second half. Edson Jose adding his second just 4 minutes into the second 45, and back-to-back clean sheets for João Feijão. So as we get set to take on Botafogo on the road, we find ourselves sitting 6th place, 5 matches in, 3 wins, and those 2 back-to-back shutout losses. In fact, we have had clean sheets in all 5 of our matches, just 3 of them for us. And we have been forced into making one change as we head into the away match at Botafogo. Ituano coming in as our left wingback. Vinicius Jr. suspended for this one after picking up one too many yellow cards so far this season. So it's going to be Feljão in goal, the back four of Ituano. Carlau and Canelo with Souza Silva. Eric at the base of the midfield behind Leonardo and Edson Jose. We're going to continue to roll out Leonardo until we just don't feel comfortable with him anymore. But again, he had such a fantastic season as a 16-year-old that this little blip we are going to let slide. Rodriguez, Torqueta, and Pereira are our three up front. And I've got to admit, I'm a little surprised to see us where we are right now in the standings, because that 5-0 loss to Santos was probably the most demoralizing Football Manager experience I've had in this save in at least 4 months. So Ituano winning it back. Leonardo drops it to Eric. His pass knocked clear by Silveira, and here comes Botafogo the other way. Guy leaves it. Gonçalves. Silveira, his cross blocked by Carlau. Gonçalves saves it from going out. He'll get it back into the middle. Ricocheted off of Feijão. Monsalve is there, and it is 1-0. Botafogo just a little over 2 minutes in, and I don't know if there's much that the goalkeeper could have done here. It was an excellent initial save, but the ball just happens to bounce right into the middle of the box, and that is where Monsalve, the left winger, found himself to just be able to put it home into essentially an empty net. 2 shots on goal, 2 on target for Botafogo. Look at that XG, already over 1. They are absolutely peppering Feijão in goal so far, and we really need to do a little bit more to spend a bit more time with the ball and press the advantage back in our favor. But meanwhile, Botafogo looking to threaten once again. Zumbi out to the right. Silveira dispossessed by Rodriguez. What a defensive play. And here we go. He's off to the races up that left wing. He's being shadowed, but he's still got it all the way to the byline. Waits. Drops it into the middle. Edson Jose Torqueta clanks it off of the post. And it is eventually cleared by Botafogo. What an absolutely brilliant opportunity that Lionel Torqueta just could not take advantage of. He had an entire wide open net, and he absolutely missed it. Meanwhile, Vinicius is in. I think he was offside. Doesn't matter. Hits the upright, goes out into touch, and it will be an Ituano throw-in. We are going to demand more from our team as we find ourselves down 1-0. We do have 6 shots on goal, but only 1 of them on target. One of those 5 that weren't clanked off of the post by Lionel Torqueta, who also has picked up a yellow card so far. Carlau stepping in front of that pass intended for Silveira. He can't pick out Torqueta. Souza Silva, though, is able to along the sideline. Edson Jose spins it forward. Pereira, he is taken down. Giordani sticking his leg out. No yellow card for the Botafogo defender, as they will have a throw-in from the far side. We've played just about 34 minutes. Silveira dropping it back. Vinicius is in. He had to have been offside. He had to have been offside, but they are not even going to check VAR. Let's take a look at this highlight to see what's going on. All right, he's on. You know, he was played on by the ball carrier. 2-0 Botafogo, and we have an instant highlight. Ituano up the left wing. Manuel Rodriguez looks to make a move on his man, carries it deep, puts it into the middle, can't find Osvaldo Pereira. Hugo Souza, the goalkeeper, grabbing it out of the air, and he will roll it out to his defender, Livrand. Zumbi playing it ahead, can't get it past Souza Silva. Here we go the other way. Lionel Torqueta out wide. Souza Silva has Edson Jose in there, and Hugo Souza making another massive save, or at least getting in the way. I think that may have even been a goal kick. I think that Edson Jose dragged that one wide, and Ituano not having the greatest match, but frankly, we are very thin at that position. Ivanzinho out, and our backup is also Christian, whose last name is now escaping me, but he is unavailable as well due to an injury. Livrand has it back for Guillet, and there it is. Those guys, those cutback passes, we just cannot seem to defend him Augustine Guille makes it Botafogo 3, Ituano 0, and we are still shy of halftime in this match. Come on, boys. We are going to try to fire them up, because right now we are not playing at our best. Pereira, why would you pass back like that to a guy who was very heavily covered? Nice ball forward, though. Arisvaldo Pereira's got it on the right wing, flipping it back post. Marquez looks to clear it. Aracchioni, can he recycle it as he pushes it deep into the middle? Spelled away by Souza. Eric recovers. Edson Jose, Torqueta, and he's dispossessed by Zumbi. Canella up for Souza Silva, but still not a single shot on goal in that entire exchange, and most of the match momentum, it's very hard to see because of the way the colors are going, with Botafogo being black. And the one thing with this skin is it is a very dark background, but I do like some of the... I like the way that this screen is laid out here. The in-match non-highlight screen. Nice steal by Torqueta, by the way. I like that, and I like how they have some images behind the news items, which makes things very interesting. You can kind of tell what kind of news you're getting. Silveira looking to push it forward for Botafogo into the middle. Novaes had a lot of space. Gonzalez, his shot from it. Come on. Those were the kind of goals that were being scored against Santos. And I guess these are the matches that we're going to have where it is going to be either we score all the goals and are absolutely perfect in net, or we can't do a lick offensively and our defense just absolutely stinks. And the fact that they're coming against Botafogo is incredibly distressing, because Botafogo coming into this one was a mid-table team at best. Leonel Torqueta winning it back. Edson Jose Pereira out wide. Souza Silva, quick pass up for Torqueta. Tries to make a move past his man. Cuts it to his left. Puts it in off of the post. And Lionel Torqueta finally gets one back. It's 4-1. Finally had to take a break in the commentary because, well, frankly, I needed to hydrate. It's Christian Velasquez. He's injured. He's still on the bench, but he is really unavailable for this match. Hermes Tucci's going to come in on the left wing. He has played decently well. Another lackluster match for Leonardo. We may need to look and maybe switch him with Edson Jose, although we really do love the way that Edson Jose plays in that role. So we're going to give Paulo Alexandre a little bit more playing time, and Canella not really having a great match, although we really, because of the whole Igor thing and with the other injuries, we don't have anybody who can play in that position. So sorry, although Oekioni not great. You know, William Zorzanon can play on the left-hand side. So we will make those 3 changes with just a little over 20 minutes remaining in this match. We have managed to reel off 11 shots to their 13, but only the 2 on target. Luckily, we were able to find Pater with 1. Let's see if we can get back to within 2. Edson Jose into the middle. Nobody's there. Zorzanon picking up the loose ball. Tucci, Paulo Alexandre, and all he does is come in off the bench and score goals. Paulo Alexandre, his 4th goal of the regular season, and we are back within 2, baby. So we are going to go attacking. Let's try to see if we can perhaps push our advantage. Not that it is much of an advantage. Pereira's going to come off because he has been absolutely at sea. So Gabriel Rosera will come in, the 29-year-old wearing the number 10, so figure he deserves a spot on the pitch for this match. Unfortunately, I think it's going to be a little too late. We gave up 4 goals early on, and we didn't look really good doing it. And sadly, it is going to lead to our 3rd loss of the season at least. We weren't blanked in this one. We did manage to pick up a couple of goals from Torqueta and Paulo Alexandre, but once again, too little too late. We were down 3-0 at the half, and that was really all Botafogo needed to defeat us at the Estadio Nilton Santos by a score of 4-2. All right, hopefully this will be the cure for what ails us. It is a home tilt against Vitória, the team currently sitting at the bottom of the table with just a single point to their names. Ivanzinho is back in. Souza Silva, though, is out. Yellow card in the last match means he's suspended for this one. So Zorzanon is getting the start at right back, and he is a decent, if not a spectacular technical player. He's much more of a defensive type player, only 19 years old. Most of our team is on the very young side. Carlau is 32. The second oldest player on our team in our starting lineup is 22-year-old Edson Jose. So we've got Fajao in goal, Ivanzinho, Carlau, Canella, and Zorzanon as our back four. A midfield three of Eric, Leonardo, and Edson Jose, Leonel Torqueta, Manuel Rodriguez, Arisvaldo Pereira in their usual spots. Of course, you may remember Vitória was the team that edged us out for the Série B championship in the year that we got promoted to Série A. So we are actually looking for revenge against them. We've actually played them, I guess, a couple of times in Serie A that season. So it probably is unrelated, but in my mind, it sure is. Also, let me know in the comments what you think we should do about Igor. Would you sell him? Would you keep him around? He is one of the most talented players on the team. That is when he can be on the pitch. And so far this season, he has not been on the pitch. Part of that is because of what he did, and part of that is my reaction to what he did. But am I being unreasonable that maybe we should just part ways with Igor? He's supposed to be a team leader. He was going to be our vice captain for the season. And he just, frankly, crapped the bed when it came to taking responsibility for his own actions. So would you keep him around? Because he's already had two of those nightclub excursions leading to him being absent from a match day, not once but twice this season alone. And I think that maybe we just have to take it on the chin and come what may. Does it weaken us as a team? Absolutely. Does he not being here at all weaken us as a team? Sure does. So again, is it really what we're doing, or is it just him? Meanwhile, we are in control. Eric from range, and that was so very close, but he caught the wrong side of the crossbar. Off of the goal kick, Vitória in control. Already 43 and a half minutes gone. Dan along the near side. Mateus Carvalho dispossessed by Eric. We are very aggressive on the tackling. I will say that. And I wish I knew just how to get my other teams to do the exact same thing without just, copy, paste, import the tactic, because obviously this tactic was designed around the players we have and the system that we have built over these years at Ituano. Terrible giveaway, however. And here comes Vitória the other way. Dan in the middle. Mateus Carvalho up for Clayton. Back out left to the near side. Dan. Bruno carries it around the outside of the box. Into the middle. Dan is there, slipping in between our 5 defenders in front of the goal. And Vitória, a team with just 1 point the entire season coming into this match, has taken a 1-0 lead on the road at the death of the first half. And João Fajao just basically left out to sea by his defenders. 75% possession for them again. I'm going to say we need more possession. Not that that's the game that we play, but a lot of our team not playing very well. Ivanzinho not coming back from the suspension. He's on a 6.2. Manuel Rodriguez, 6.3. Pereira, 6.4, although that seems to be the area that he operates in when he's not directly involved in scoring goals. Ball too far in front of Torqueta, so Dan will hold it up before laying it back for Bruno. Fleitas, come on, get in there. Minguez, sending it across. Manuel Rodriguez cuts it off. Get dipsy-doos around his man. Puts it back post. And Lionel Torqueta cannot get it on the empty goal. And that is 2 matches in a row that our right wing has absolutely failed to take advantage of a wide open net. So I think then he's going to come off and he will be replaced by Paulo Otavio as we make a change with just about 30 minutes left. Ivanzinho, Otavio drops it down. Arisvaldo Pereira slams it into the top of the net to equalize this one at 1. And Paulo Otavio paying immediate dividends as he comes in replace of Leonel Torqueta. Great cross. Otavio drops it in front of the goal. Pereira is there, catches Florentine leaning to his right, and it is 1-1, but a highlight ensues immediately as Salameni lays it ahead. Mateus Carvalho out wide left for Christian. Christian Carvalho back for Christian, carries deep, keeps it in, drops it back. Diaz, Christian looking back post. Ivanzinho clears it into the path of Manuel Rodriguez, and he's got tons of space on that left wing. Rodriguez into the box. Rodriguez with a shot, and that's easily handled by Florentine, and it looked like it was going to be a golden opportunity for Ituano to take a 2-1 lead. That has absolutely fallen by the wayside. We have managed 5 shots on target of the 10 that we have taken, but a final third throw-in opportunity for Vitória as Diaz gets it in. Carvalho to Negrici ahead. Christian moves it to his right, to his left, and just cannot. João Feijão, I swear to God, I don't know what happened there. I mean, we're going to have to see here in the replay exactly what happened. Christian, you got to close him down, man. Zorzanon gets turned around, and then Feijão just absolutely waves at it. So we're going to go more attacking, and we're also going to demand more when we get the opportunity. But another final third throw in this one. Ivanzinho picks it off. Carlau sends it forward, finds Manuel Rodriguez. Rodriguez waiting for help, sends it across. Nobody there back post. Otavio unable to settle it down as Pereira. Otavio gets it back. He finds Manuel Rodriguez on the near post. It is in. Defenders are begging for an offside, and they are not going to get it. Now, the flag had remained down from the assistant referee, and as we look at the replay here, the defender was moving forward while Manuel Rodriguez was moving in the opposite direction, but Rodriguez able to sneak it past Florentine to equalize this one again at 2. Vitória right now on the live table sitting on 2 points. We are on 10 in 17th. If we are able to pick up a victory, we will once again jump in front of Botafogo on the table. But if you remember, in Brazil, because of the continental competitions, because of all this other stuff going on, generally speaking, and we're getting late to the Paulo Alexandre replacement here. Carlau, you got to stay out there. Sorry, son. You've played 10 matches while some other team may have only played 5. It really is weird. I don't understand how it works. Christian into the middle. Feijão will lay out and get it. 5 minutes have been added on. We have played 2. Feijão looking to send it deep. Arisvaldo Pereira heads it wide for Rodriguez. He's got Ivanzinho on the overlap. Ivanzinho in back post. Paulo Otavio cannot keep the header down. A perfect opportunity to take the lead in stoppage time, and we just couldn't do it. We ended up being dominated once again in possession. We may need to tweak the tactic a little bit to try to find a better way to not be absorbing so much pressure. 74% for Vitória, but in the end, all even at Novelli Junior. And with that performance, the agent of Paulo Otavio wanted an improved deal, so of course we gave it to him because we got $67 million in the bank and really nothing to do with it. Back-to-back away games against Grêmio and Bahia coming up next. But first, please let me know what you think we should do with Igor. Should we let bygones be bygones and keep giving him chance after chance after chance? Or do we just ship him off somewhere? Let me know in the comments, and we'll find out the results of that when we come back in the next episode. Thank you so very much for joining me for this one. I hope you have enjoyed it. So far, so good this season, although there is still a lot of football to play. We are, after all, only in the month of May. What do we do with Igor? We'll find out next time on the Ituano Youth Academy Challenge. Until then, bye-bye.